Xbox seems to have absolutely no chill right now, with release dates, updates, and announcements coming from the Nacon Connect 25, the Idea Xbox Showcase, and other places too, concerning a whole bunch of great looking games. The evil, hate-filled Cthulhu from a dimension far away will be flying through the gates of madness and into your heart once again in 2026 with Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss. The new horror investigation game from the developers of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, by the way, will plunge players into an ancient city called Arlia, where they'll try to prevent the awakening of something I'd rather stayed tucked up in bed. Even with an AI companion to help you out, keeping your wits about you is going to be a struggle as your mind slowly succumbs to Cthulhu's influence. The Savage Planet is coming back with a vengeance in Revenge of the Savage Planet. Like the first game, this third-person actioner will have us using all sorts of ridiculous weapons to fend off all sorts of ridiculous monsters. Whether you're playing alone or in crossplay compatible online co-op, you can expect to explore new planets, encounter new dangers, and find all sorts of unexpected new uses for goo. And the best part is that you don't even have to wait for too long to make this intergalactic voyage, since Revenge of the Savage Planet is set to hit Xbox Series X and S and PC on May 8th. The Birdman returns on July 11th. No, I'm not talking about the Michael Keaton one, and not the one in Rick and Morty. And not the one in Rick and Morty, and not the rapper actually. I'm talking about Tony Hawk. Two more of Hawk's classic skater games are getting a remaster with Pro Skater 3 and 4. Once again, this will be a faithful remake that beautifully recreates every ramp and rail of the original games, while also throwing in a bunch of new parks, skaters, music, and more. Whether you fancy going solo in career mode, creating your own skater, or crossing boards with your friends in 8-player cross-platform multiplayer, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 sounds like pretty much everything you could ask for in a skating game. And it will be coming day one to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. If you love crewing a ship and having co-op adventures in Sea of Thieves, but fancy branching out into something a little more high-tech, then Jump Ship could be just the thing. This collaborative FPS sees up to 4 players working together on missions across the universe. You can move seamlessly between flying your ship, taking a spacewalk, and getting boots on the ground on whatever planet that you've landed on. And the missions themselves contain randomized elements that ensure no two expeditions are ever quite the same. Unless you immediately die, I guess, then they will be quite samey. Jump Ship is set to arrive in the summer, so be sure to tag your pals in the comments and get the crew ready. I'm going all goblin mode this autumn, bro, with the arrival of a brand new Styx game, Blades of Greed. This time around, our favorite goblin thief, by which I mean someone who is a goblin and a thief and not someone who steals goblins, will be leading his crew on the hunt for a material so valuable that a lot of folks are literally prepared to go to war over it. You'll be scrambling your way across 3 different open environments, crafting weapons to take your enemies out with, and generally doing whatever it takes to get in, grab the loot, and get away with it. Echo Weaver looks like an exceptionally clever 2D game, which the developers are describing as a Metroidvania. See? That's already so clever. The whole thing takes place within a glitching time loop, which players can use to their advantage in all sorts of cunning ways. If you can figure them out, that is. The really cool thing about Echo Weaver is that it features no upgrades or unlockable abilities. You've got all the tools you need right from the beginning. It's just a matter of finding out how to use them. If you love the retro style and mysterious nature of Tunic, then Echo Weaver will be right up your street. And it's coming straight to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass sometime in the future. Or is it now the past? Xbox really does seem to have an endless vault of cool new games to pull from right now, including Moonlighter 2 Endless Vault. I loved the first dungeon crawler / shopkeeping simulator, and this one will take us to a brand new place where no doubt there are plenty of monsters to slay and lucrative goods to sell. And it's had a bit of a glow up too, trading in the pixel art style of the first Moonlighter game for some lush new 3D visuals. Ooh, nice. I don't have a specific date for this one, but we do know that Moonlighter 2 Endless Vault will arrive before the end of the year, and it'll be coming straight to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. We recently got a closer look at Hell Is Us, the third-person action-adventure game that combines a modern world with some decidedly medieval violence. Any excuse to use a polearm, I guess. Hell Is Us will be released on September 4th, and the most recent trailer clued us in to the role investigating will play in Hell Is Us. When you're not cleaving supernatural monsters in twain, you'll be left to find your own way through the world, picking up clues, learning from NPCs, and discovering things organically according to the choices that you've made. And then you can go and hit some more things with swords. You've earned it, kid. Outbound is an open world exploration game that takes place in a utopian vision of the near future, which does feel like a breath of fresh air after all the irradiated wastelands and cyberpunk nightmares that we've been hanging out in lately. Or is that just me? This delightfully colourful game packs the players into a solar-powered mobile home and sends them off on an adventure. As you travel, you can pick up all kinds of stuff and use it to craft all kinds of home comforts and vehicular improvements. There's a whole world of biomes to explore, recipes to master, craftables to craft, and so much more. And you can do the whole thing in co-op with a bunch of friends too. It won't be out until next year, but Outbound looks like the perfect place to do a bit of laid-back, cozy gaming. You've flown your flock, and now it's time to get herding with herdling. And if you haven't done that first part, head to the Game Pass library and give it a go. It's super charming. Herdling isn't quite as cheery and colourful though, but it does give you a group of lovable lugs known as calicorns to look after, and some truly stunning landscapes to guide them across. Keeping your herd safe will require sharp wits and a stout heart, with the game's tale of trust and companionship guaranteed to hit you right in the feels. Fortunately, herdling doesn't come out until the summer, so you've got time to emotionally prepare. Coming to Xbox Series X and S this autumn, Edge of Memories is a third-person adventure that takes place in a gorgeous anime world. Although it does appear to be getting rapidly less beautiful, and you might have to do something about all that. You'll be playing as Eileen, a soul whisperer tasked with preventing the oncoming apocalypse. Fortunately, you've got a couple of buddies who will be fighting alongside you as you try to take down a whole variety of bad guys, from a tooth-bellied monster and tree people to one villain who, going by the latest trailer, just really likes talking about corrosion. While it might sound like a department at Madame Tussauds, Waxheads is actually a cozy punk game about a struggling record store. If you want to stay in business, you'll need to know your customers and the extensive record collection at your disposal, so that you can find the perfect pick for everyone. Your clientele are a bit of an eccentric bunch though, so don't expect it to be too easy. Waxheads is an extremely cool game with a killer soundtrack and a unique handcrafted art style, and it'll be coming to both Xbox Series X and S and PC next summer. The Lonesome Guild is an action RPG where togetherness really can save the world. Apes together strong. Although, you know, some melee skills won't hurt either, I guess. You play as a ghostly character who wakes up with no memories in a world consumed by loneliness. So, you know, that sucks. But fortunately, you'll soon bump into a series of other misfits who can be recruited to become your party members, and in time, your friends. Aww. Whether you're solving puzzles or swinging on your enemies, the Lonesome Guild lets you swap freely between characters so that you can put all of their abilities to good use. And since one ability they all have is the power to look completely adorable, we should be in for a lovely time when the game arrives this autumn. Buckshot Roulette is exactly what it sounds like, and exactly as inadvisable. A game of Russian roulette involving a 12-gauge shotgun. Facing off against 3 other players, you'll need to beg, bargain, and betray your way through one round after another until one of you gets to walk away rich and the others, they're probably not walking away, I guess. Buckshot Roulette is already a bit of a cult hit over on PC, and it'll be making its way to Xbox consoles and Xbox Game Pass in the near future. Sounds like a blast. Players will get the chance to check into the mad slasher-inspired world of Suda51 and Swery later this year with the highly anticipated release of Hotel Barcelona. This 2.5D actioner is just as stylishly over the top and every bit as unhinged as you'd expect from this pair of iconic creators. So you'll be playing as a federal marshal, but with a deranged serial killer trapped inside her as she fights her way through the titular hotel, which just so happens to have a bunch of other deranged serial killers trapped inside it. What fun! On top of its bombastic visuals, Hotel Barcelona features a couple of really innovative mechanics, like the way that your death spawns phantom versions that recreate your previous actions, or how you can power up by bathing in your enemy's blood. Grim. Rock Beast is a rock band manager sim which takes place back in the 90s, when BoJack Horseman was in a very famous TV show, you know? And it also features a cast of similarly styled anthropomorphic animal characters. The goal here is to turn a small-time grunge band into a global sensation, ideally without totally selling out and turning them into everything that they've ever hated. Which is hard because, being grunge rockers, they hate quite a lot of things. Rock Beast's unique world will be brought to life by a cast of 100 characters and some A-list VO talent that fans of Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3 and Metaphor ReFantazio are sure to recognize. And it'll be coming to Xbox consoles later this year. No, this isn't a mispronunciation of some outdoor furniture material. Ratatan is actually a rhythm roguelike game that combines fun melodies with massive melees. Yeah! Playing along with up to 3 other players, you'll be side-scrolling your way through a variety of kooky, colourful levels and using rhythm sequences to give orders to the little fellows that follow you. So it's important to stay on beat, especially when you find yourself in the middle of a mass brawl featuring over 100 characters. Things will get messy. Its crowdfunding success shows that rhythm-based co-op, crab battling action really is what the people want, and Ratatan will be here later this year to give it to them. Aw, here's another game with a name that's super fun to say. Tempopo is the latest creation from the developers behind Unpacking, which is another lovely little game that you can play on Game Pass right now, and I thoroughly encourage you to do so, please. It's so good. Tempopo takes players to a psychedelic dreamscape in the sky, where they'll be guiding the titular creatures through all sorts of seasonal puzzles in a bid to rescue some magical flowers. Groovy. The best thing about Tempopo is how musical it is. The soundtrack from BAFTA winner Jeff Van Dyke is baked into every inch of the game, so the whole thing becomes one great, extremely strange melody. A melody which Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass members can look forward to hearing on April 17th. Already one of the cutest games to ever be made, Widow is a cozy 3D puzzle game about a fox named Foxy and a frog named Ben. Feels like they put more effort into one of those names than the other, but whatever, what do I know? The goal here is to put together wooden dioramas by placing objects correctly. As you do, the scene slowly fills with colour and springs into life, providing another piece of Ben and Foxy's story. Widow makes for a supremely comforting experience, like the video game equivalent of having a blanket round your shoulders and holding a bowl of warm soup. Potato and leek. What's your favourite soup? Anyway, it's coming to PC and Xbox Series X and S soon. The game, not the soup. Tanuki Pond Summer lets you play as a package delivering raccoon. And I mean, who could not want to be a package delivering raccoon? Look at him! Look at his little hat! He's beautiful! Oh, he's so cute! Traveling between 4 different towns on your trusty BMX, you'll have plenty of opportunities to meet the locals, take in the scenery, and pull off some gnarly tricks, dude. Plus, there's all sorts of mini games to master once your deliveries are done, with everything from baseball to sushi making on the agenda. Basically, Tanuki Pond Summer looks like an extremely good time, and it'll be coming straight to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass later this year. Another day one Game Pass game featuring high-speed travel and vibrant scenery is Descenders Next. No raccoons in this one though. Mwah. Hopefully that's not a deal breaker for you, because what it does lack in raccoons, Descenders Next makes up for in extreme sports action. The freestyle controls put you in complete control, while the mountains have been designed to let you find your very own path down them, whether you're playing solo or riding with your friends. Basically, this is a game that's all about letting you play your way. And while you do that, you'll get to rock out to a Monster Cat soundtrack. So it's pretty much got everything, and Descenders Next will be here on April 9th. Gamers around the world have dreamed of getting sucked into the world of Tron ever since Jeff Bridges got digitized back in the 80s. And they'll finally have the chance on June 17th when Tron Catalyst arrives. This story-driven isometric adventure gives players the chance to do all that classic Tron stuff. You'll learn to fight using your very own identity disc. You'll ride around on your very own light cycle and explore the cool, glowy world of this classic sci-fi tale. So, have any of these games jumped right to the top of your wish list? Hit the comments to let me know, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!